Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about how the U.S. government handles things that might be unpopular politically. And we're going to talk about TikTok and how the U.S. government has decided to move forward with the concerns, with addressing the concerns about that particular app. And what it means for the future. So, the short version is we will be talking about the Restricting the Emergence of Security Threats That Risk Information and Communications Technology Act, the Restrict Act. So, this is the mechanism by which Congress and the White House, in a bipartisan effort, have decided to kind of go after TikTok, but not TikTok specifically. Let's be real. TikTok's really popular, right? Going after it specifically, it might hurt politicians. It might upset voters, so they don't want to do that. What they're doing is creating new powers within the Commerce Department. And this legislation was drafted with a lot of input from Justice, Treasury, Commerce, and the National Security Council. The idea is to give the Commerce Department the capability to regulate and do anything up to including ban technologies from foreign countries that may pose a security risk. So what they're doing is giving an agency the power to make the determination on its own. That way, the elected officials don't have to take the heat for it. This is a really common way of diffusing the responsibility for something. When it comes to base closures with the military, they established committees, right? Congress didn't want to vote on that because people would get upset. This is a way to implement unpopular decisions. The downside to it is that this is also how you end up with agencies that have a whole lot of power that isn't later checked by Congress. Now, in this case, what's the big deal? Most people who are really up on the tech side of security that I've talked to, they acknowledge that there are issues with TikTok. How big those issues are vary from person to person that I've talked to. I haven't met anybody that was like, oh no, it's fine. Everybody has some pretty big complaints. Now, the type of information that they're getting, generally it shouldn't be that important. But some of the people have talked about how the information itself, that's not the big deal. It's all of it together that can be used to develop profiles and stuff like that. This is what U.S. counterintelligence, what the Department of Justice, what Commerce, and everybody else involved in this is probably worried about. Now, the Restrict Act has a lot of support. It's probably something that is going to go through. So it doesn't look good for TikTok in the long term. We're going to have to wait and see because Commerce, once they have this power, they may go to the company and be like, hey, you can do X, Y, and Z and you'll be fine. Or they may just come out and be like, yeah, you can't play here anymore. You need to go somewhere else. And once it hits that point, once Commerce, the Department of Commerce actually has the authority, it's no longer in Congress's hands. So odds are this is going to move forward. Odds are Biden will sign it. And then once that happens, it's up to Commerce. And we're going to have to wait and see what they're going to do. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.